Hey everyone, this is Dylan, and today we're going to be doing part one of a Black Friday haul. This has been a pretty busy couple months when it comes to physical media collecting and me in general, because I just got done with all of the Shout Factory Extreme sale, whatever you want to call it. Now we're into a Black Friday. And so I've got stuff from, so we're gonna break this down into miscellaneous, and we got Amazon and Gruv, since they're the ones that have been able to get things out the quickest. And this is the Sunday after Black Friday and Black Friday weekend, so we've got quite a few things that were just purchased this week that probably won't come in until closer to Christmas. All right, so the very first thing that I'm going to go through is, which this might be cheating a little bit. This is from like a local place, like I would consider it like an antique store / flea market type of thing. So they were doing a Black Friday sale. It's one of those places that have like a ton of booths. There's different vendors, all kinds of stuff. So the main vendor and another vendor that I went to, I was able to get quite a few things that they're all used. So nothing new, but I did get some good deals. So first thing that I picked up, I believe this was 50 cents because everything was marked at $1 and it was half off. So this is Senior Skip Day. Don't know much about it. Don't really know who's in it. Came out in 2007, but this looks like, I mean, I know Tara Reid and Aaliyah Thompson, but other than that, don't know too much about it. So it looked fun, and it looked like that kind of like American Pie, Euro trip type of movie, and I was really into watching that type of movie at the beginning of this year. So I definitely look forward to checking that one out. So this next one, it was actually 20 cents. It was originally marked $2, and the booth was 90% off. And so this is Confessions of a Sorority Girl. I know nothing about this other than it has Alyssa Milano in it. She's like second build here, but on the back she is like fourth build. So I'm assuming that she probably does not have that big of a role, although she is right on the cover. But, you know, I was like 20 cents for this, never heard of it. I'll give it a shot. I'll give it a whirl. Also for 20 cents is another movie that I've seen before. Haven't seen it in a long time, so I definitely need to rewatch it. But it's something that's only available on DVD, and this is Confessions of a Teenage Drama Queen with Lindsay Lohan. This came out around the same time, 2004. I think Freaky Friday came out in 2005 or 6, maybe 3. I don't really remember. It came out around the time that Freaky Friday came out. So I definitely look forward to rewatching this one. This might, I don't know if this is out of print or not. I haven't been able to, I see it frequently, but not sure. It's not like life size, which I've been looking for everywhere on DVD. Haven't been able to find it. All right, these next few also came from the same booth, and they were originally $3, 50% off, so $1.50 each. I have never heard of this show, and it is the 3rd season, but I was like, you know what? I'll look into it. So this is called Coupling from the BBC. And this is the 3rd season. It says coupling, and then it says up for a threesome. I was like, that sounds interesting. Let me look into the show. I'll pick this up while I can, and for cheap, and then potentially look for the other seasons later on. It also comes in a purple case, so that's pretty cool. This is also a show. This was brand new, still sealed, and did come with a slipcover. This is Brothers and Sisters, the 1st season. And I have gotten several seasons of Brothers and Sisters. I heard that it's a decent show, so I look forward to that. I mean, it's got a pretty good cast with Sally Fields and Rob Lowe. You got Calissa Flockhart, I think. Yeah. And also Rachel Griffins. So, pretty stacked cast. So, I look forward to checking this out once I get some more seasons. And this was a show, I think I did watch the first season of this. I don't think I've watched any other seasons, but also $1.50 for the first season of Fresh Off the Boat. I remember really liking the show. I don't remember the reason why I fell off, but I look forward to rewatching it at some point. And then this was $1, and this is the Blu-ray of Dark Skies. Haven't seen this one. Is that? I was gonna say this guy in the back kind of looks like Keanu Reeves, but it's not. I almost didn't buy this because this was a family video title, and since it is a Blu-ray DVD combo, they only sold it with the Blu-ray, which that's something that I tried to stay away from when I was buying stuff from Family Video, because stuff like that kind of annoys me. But I was like, for $1, I'll pick that one up. All right, now let's get into what I picked up from Amazon. And these are from a variety of different places, but they were all on sale for Black Friday. They had the little Black Friday deal moniker on there. So some of these are Shout Factory, Scream Factory titles. They weren't a little cheaper than they were from the Shout Factory sale, but that's why I didn't buy them then. And if I remember the price, I will let you know. This one might have been around $20, but this is the complete series of The Adventures of Jimmy Neutron. So this was a show that I really enjoyed, and I don't know if I ever watched all of the seasons. I probably did. This was a big thing. The interesting thing that I was looking this up, and Jimmy Neutron only had 3 seasons, which I thought was crazy. That's from Shout Factory, so it's a pretty good release. And then we have the DVD, which I think this is the only season that's ever been released, of Emily in Paris. I got into this show when I think the 3rd or 4th season were coming out. And so I was like, you know what? I'll start watching it and see what it's all about. I had a friend that was into it, so I was like, well, I'll watch it and talk to her about it. And I actually really ended up enjoying this. This has some elements that I really like in stories, which are this kind of fish out of water, American abroad, cultural differences, culture shock type of thing. Really like that. Emily is a little bit annoying, but I ultimately ended up liking it quite a bit, as well as she's a marketer, so I like that aspect of the show as well. This has been on my list for a while. I don't know how good it is or not, but has a decent cast, and it's one of those early 2000s or mid 2000s comedies. This is Win a Date with Tad Hamilton. Topher Grace and Josh Duhamel in it. So yeah, 2004. I was like, let's give this a try. I think this might have been like $7, somewhere around there. But that's been on my list for a while to watch as well. These aren't in really any crazy order, but I think this might have been, most of the 4Ks were around $12.99, that area. That's probably about the price that this was. This is Aaron Brockovich. I do believe I've watched Aaron Brockovich. Haven't watched it in a while, but I look forward to rewatching it now that I've got it in 4K. Is this a movie that probably needs to be in 4K? Probably not, but you know, happy to have it. I also picked up this double feature of Lara Croft Tomb Raider and Lara Croft Tomb Raider The Cradle of Life. I have seen both of these. It's been multiple years since I've seen them, so I do look forward to rewatching these and seeing how good of an action star Angelina Jolie was in the early 2000s. So this one did not come. The first one didn't come with a slipcover, but this one did. So that's nice. Would have been happy to have both of them in it just because it's like a matching pair. So now it looks a little odd, but it is what it is. Happy to have gotten those. So here's the next two are ones from the Shout Factory or Scream Factory that ended up being cheaper for Black Friday. So this first one is the Blu-ray of House on Haunted Hill. This is another one I want to open this and watch it, but then I'm like, this seems like a movie that is gonna get a 4K at some point. It does say that whenever this came out, which I don't know what year, I feel like this came out kind of recently within the past couple years, but it does say a new 2K scan of the original film elements, so it's like, why didn't they do a 4K scan? Because this came out while 4Ks were a thing, so maybe they're not planning on it, but it is a Scream Factory title, so maybe somebody else has the 4K rights to it. I'll try to leave that sealed, and then maybe there'll be a 4K that comes out from, I don't know, like Arrow or something. And then this is something that I was really happy with as well. I think that this was about $15. This is As Above, So Below. So this is did come with a alternative artwork, which that's the original artwork, and then this is the new one. I really liked this movie. I need to rewatch it, but Paris Catacombs, something really cool. So really happy to have gotten this one. This was one that I was a little disappointed wasn't on sale during the Extreme Scream Factory Shout Factory sale, but happy to have gotten it, and gotten it from Amazon with a slipcover, so that's pretty nice. I also picked up The Adventures of Shark Boy and Lava Girl. This is a very nostalgic movie for me. I would have liked to have gotten it in 3D, but that is out of print, so unfortunately we'll stick with the Blu-ray of it until maybe I do find a 3D version for cheap. The next is a Paramount title. This is from one of the Paramount Presents lines, and this is Mommy Dearest. So I have not seen this movie, but I know the references, the no more wire hangers. One of the perks, well, I guess one of the key features of the Paramount Presents titles are that they have this flap on the slipcover that opens up to the original artwork for the film. And this did not have a 4K, so I'm assuming that they're probably not going to release one, but you never know. I did open this one, so. And this is Faye Dunaway, who is playing Joan Crawford. But if you look at her kind of right here in this picture, she kind of looks like Shannen Doherty, which is kind of interesting. All right, so these next two come from Discotheque. So they are primarily an anime type, I guess mostly Asian line where they release stuff. And so I believe these were $15 each. So I was like, I'm going to jump on that. So this is Uzumaki, which is something that I've really wanted to watch because this is based off of a Junji Ito creation. And I believe this is where everyone in this town is like obsessed with spirals. So I think that sounds really interesting, and look forward to seeing what that one's all about. And then we also have this one, which I think I've heard of, but I don't know much about. This is the Suicide Club. I think this came out in like 2002. And yeah, I just don't know too much about it, but I wanted to check this one out. Kind of reminds me a little bit of Battle Royale. So I am happy to have gotten that. I think we have one more Shout Factory title. This is Raw. I think this was about $15, somewhere around there. Maybe cheaper than that. I should have got the prices for you, but unfortunately, I mean, I guess it doesn't necessarily matter because the sales will be over by the time you're seeing this. I also picked up The Hunger Games, The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, another movie that I really enjoyed, and I really liked the new trailer for the whatever the new one's called. I don't even remember now. Oh, Sunrise on the Reaping. Really like that trailer or teaser. I also picked up Pokemon XY, the 3-movie collection with Diancie and the Cocoon of Destruction, Hoopa and the Clash of Ages, and Volcanion and the Mechanical Marvel. So I think I've only seen 1 or 2 of these, maybe 3. Maybe I've watched them all. I had them all on DVD, and then they released this on Blu-ray, so I wanted to make sure to pick that up. Happy with that. And then we're getting into some more 4K things. So the next one that I picked up is Team America World Police. I've seen bits and pieces of this, never watched the full thing, from the creators of South Park, so you know it's going to have some real biting humor. And it seems pretty apt at this point to see kind of what all they got right about what's currently going on. I think that would be quite fun to see. That one was probably about $13 as well. This one, I think, was part of the Black Friday sale. If not, then sorry. But this is Yellow Jackets Season 1 on Blu-ray. Season 1 was actually really good of this show. It's kind of fallen off a little bit in the final couple seasons, and so much so that they canceled the show. They're only giving it 1 more season. So, but I did really like the first season. I think that's a pretty good season overall, and so happy to have gotten that on Blu-ray. We also have the 4K of American Pie. This one just came the most recently, so I believe this was about $12 or $13 as well. This is an upgrade to my collection. I have the 3-movie collection, and so now I've got the first one on 4K. I did just recently watch all of this for the first time earlier this year, and I really liked it. So glad to have gotten that on 4K. Now I need to rewatch it in 4K. I also picked up the 4K of Deep Impact. I don't really know much about this one. I feel like there's kind of there's like Deep Impact, The Core. There's a whole bunch of these eco disaster movies. I love that type of movie, and this was one that I never ended up watching, and so happy to have gotten this on 4K. We also have this, which is an upgrade to my collection, a 40th anniversary 4K of Better Off Dead. This is one that I had on Blu-ray and never got around to watching. When I saw that the 4K was coming out, I was like, all right, now's my time to get it. And this was about $13 as well. We have Varsity Blues, which is also on 4K. This is one that I did watch, did come with a slipcover. I have seen this one. And because the only thing that I knew about Varsity Blues was that they parodied it in Not Another Teen Movie. And so I was like, what are they like? I want to watch what the influence for it was. And I was like, interesting. Like, I didn't think it was like that great of a movie, but I did think that it was fun. And I also do like James Van Der Beek. I think when I was watched this for the first time, it was around the time that I was watching some of Dawson's Creek. So these were probably the most expensive things, other than like the Vinegar Syndrome and all of that stuff, that I purchased during Black Friday. But I don't know, I'm a little worried that these would go out of print. They were on sale for like 11% off, so it wasn't anything crazy. I think their original price was $34.99, so $35. So I picked up the steel book for Saw 3, which is an Amazon exclusive, not a Lionsgate Limited exclusive. So I have a lot of the Saw franchise in 4K, so I wanted to pick that up. So yeah, it was like $30.99. And then we got Saw 4 as well, which was also $30.99 on Steelbook. So happy to have got that. They both have 4K exclusive features.